Hey, welcome back to Corbellic Studios. Today we're going to be doing a flower pot, a flower vase, something like that. It's going to be a lot of colors, but this one is really just so I can find my groove again because I'm coming back into the studio after being out for the Christmas break, and I'm just going back into the groove and finding my momentum. But that's really what's cool, is because I have to trust the process. As long as I do the actions first, I don't have to trust the momentum or the motivation or try to find inspiration. The inspiration comes after the actions. It's all about the actions first, and then everything else pops up. It pops into place. We're just going to go with the flow and see what comes up. But so these first kind of paintings, they're always like a little bit vulnerable for me because, hey, I'm still human. And even though I painted over 17,000 paintings, maybe like 20,000 paintings, I'm still like, I still have to find my groove. It's kind of like going to the gym for the first time, where the first set is kind of difficult, but after that, you'll just be more confident. So let me just find my confidence right now, and we're gonna do this together, all right? All right, so this is our flower pot right here, or our vase, and it's just a bunch of colors. It's gonna be layered. It's gonna be a bunch of different paint. It's always gonna be cool. These things always work out because it always works out anyways. I mean, what are we gonna do? We have no choice. Like I always say, you don't have to love it. You don't have to like it. But as long as you show up. Look, we're just gonna do even different colors. You see how we started off with that green at the top, and then at the bottom, it's kind of like a red. And I'm just gonna blend it in. Blend it in, maybe even a little bit of purple. Why not? And then maybe just a little bit of tan. Just add a little bit of that cream color. That way, we're not intimidated by just a blank white canvas, but also it's smoother to paint on the canvas, because this is like our easy version way of doing gesso. All right, I think that's good. I want to have a little bit more like color over here. And then let me do a little bit of green on this side. It's always cool to change up the colors, like on one side to the other. Maybe let's do a little bit of dark purple up here. And these are just big brush strokes that I'm doing right now with the 1.5, or I think this is the 2-inch brush. It's always cool. Look, boom. All right, now let me take my heat gun out. Let me dry this off, and then we can start sketching into it with the paintbrush. All right, boom, there we go right there. So now let me take out this paintbrush, which is our 1/2 inch, and then I'm just gonna do a rough sketch. I don't do a sketch with pencil or anything like that. I just go straight into the paint, right into the black acrylic, and I try to do it as quick as possible. That way it's kind of like an impressionism of what we're doing. It's the idea. And you can't go wrong. But I also just love this feeling of where I'm showing up and I'm exercising my work muscle. I'm not gonna say exercising my painting muscle. It's just showing up to work. And I always had this, not always, sometimes it's heavier than others, where you have this maybe impersonator syndrome. That's what it's called, impersonator syndrome. Sometimes it feel like that, but it's just important that we just show up anyways. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to feel. So we're human. Oh, I'm not good enough. The art's not good enough. But I don't listen to that stuff anymore. I'm past those days. Now I welcome it. Because usually when you feel like that, that's really just, that means that you're on the right path and you're doing something great for your life. Anytime you feel like that, always remember that's the old frequency. That's old anxiety, or that's old energy just trying to come back into your life. That means that you're doing something great because it misses it. It's kind of like it's like old energy withdrawal. So anytime that you feel off, or anytime that you're not feeling sure of yourself, or anytime that you even start doubting yourself, just say that that's old frequency creeping in and trying to come back. It misses the lower frequency, and it sees that you're trying to elevate yourself. So just look at it that way. All right, I'm about to dry this off again because I don't want to paint on top of wet black. Boom, that works for me. But yeah, so anytime that you're feeling any kind of like doubt inside yourself, or if you're feeling uneasy, or maybe you're even feeling like that feeling of trust in the process, but you have to keep going, that's when you're really doing the right thing, because that's your old frequency trying to come back and sabotage your success, trying to sabotage the success that's coming your way or the movement. Anytime that you're going to better yourself, or you're putting yourself in a positive frequency for a life change, or for something that's better for yourself, the old frequency is always going to come back with the withdrawal feeling. And it's important that you don't listen to it. You just keep moving forward, because that's where the magic happens. That's where the success is at. That's where all the good stuff is at. But a lot of times, and it's okay, a lot of times humans, they listen to these bad energies, these bad frequencies, and then they stop. They stop doing the thing that was getting them close to the success point. So a lot of times people are so close to success, but they stop before that breakout moment happens. And they stop because they listen to that old frequency that's inside of them that says, you're not good enough, you're inadequate, or what are you doing? What are you doing? Who told you that you can progress and be good enough, and that you can do something better? And then we listen to it and we're like, yeah, that's true. Who am I kidding? Nobody likes my stuff. Nobody likes me. We believe in it. And then we fall back because our mind plays tricks on us, right? And it's the frequency, the old frequency that we were in. And then when we fall back, right, it could be months from now or a year from now. You ever look back on something that you fell back on, and then you realize, like, damn, actually, if I would have kept going, I would have been a millionaire by now. I was doing good, but my mind was so powerful where I thought that wasn't the case. I thought that nobody liked me. I thought that I wasn't doing well. I was having impersonation syndrome that time. Man, if I could go back in time, I would have just kept going. Imagine if I would have kept going. So think about that wherever you're at in your success, or where you're at in your art career, is that you're at a good spot, man. You're at a good spot where just keep going. Just keep going, and don't think about the doubt that's in your mind, because if you would quit right now, you'll look back a year from now when someone else kept going, and then you'll look back and you'll be like, that wasn't my imagination, or whatever I was thinking at the time, that wasn't even real. Only if I would have kept going, you know? And we all have those moments. I even have those moments of certain things in my life where I go, man, if I would have just kept going, I could have done this. I could have been this person. I could have done that. And then what do we always do to try to justify when we stop, or if it's something years later? We always justify it by going, well, it's okay though, because God didn't want me to do that. Thank God that I didn't go in that trajectory and I didn't go in that path, because God didn't want me to do it. We always say stuff like that to justify us not fulfilling something that we had intended on doing. And that's not cool either. I'm guilty of that as well, where there were certain things that I wanted for myself or my life, and then I would always justify it by going, well, years later I justify it. I'd be like, well, looking back on it, it's actually a good thing because God didn't want that for me. Thank God I wasn't that, because then I would have been at the wrong place at the wrong time, and I would have, we try to justify it to make it seem like there's some nobility in us struggling or being broke or not getting the things that we want. Oh, thank God I didn't get the things that I wanted at that time, because it would have been worse for me. And that's not true. We need to get out of that mindset where we don't deserve to be happy, or we don't deserve the things that we intended on having, just because our frequency at that time was playing tricks on us. And then we were scared. We were chickens. We backed out. Let's be honest, what we did, we backed out. We were scared of the responsibility. We were scared of bringing in new frequency, because you have to be a different person. And I'm one to admit, I think that takes a lot of maturity to realize something like that, of what I'm saying. And I don't think I actually said that out loud before, where it's like certain things that we might have wanted for ourselves, or certain dreams that we might have wanted, or that we were actually pursuing, and we were doing good. We were consistent. We were showing up, and we were on the path. But when we were in the path of doing it, we didn't see how successful that we were and compared to everybody else, how blessed that we were compared to everybody else. And we want it now, and we didn't see the progress happening quick enough, and we give up. And then it's only when we give up, then we see how much further and how much more talented that we were than other people who just picked it up. And then the people who just picked it up, whatever you were pursuing, all of a sudden that person, they turned into a millionaire, and they got this many followers, and they found this thing. Or all of a sudden you see them doing an idea that you came up with years ago, but you never pursued it, or you were close to pursuing it, but something told you, your frequency was like, no, nobody wants it. That's not for you. Oh, that's not for you. How many times have we told ourselves that about something that's great, or something that it could be great for us, but we say, oh, it's not for us. And then we always fall back. Some of us fall back and be like, well, God didn't want that for me. This is a good topic. I've done that so many times, where there could be something great. Oh, God didn't want that for me. Why not? God wants great things for you. And just because other people might have taken something that we might look at as a bad thing, right? Like, just because there might be something out there that's bad into the world, it doesn't mean if you were in that situation that you would have done something bad with it in the world. It doesn't mean that you would have been bad and you would have done something bad with it. It just means that that person or that situation, that was their path. So sometimes we go, oh, well, thank God I didn't do that path, because that's a naughty path. That's not for me. What's for me is being broke. Yeah. That's the good stuff. Being broke that's where God wanted for me to do. He wants me to work my 9-to-5 job, and he wants me to be more modest and noble. He doesn't want me to have those luxuries and he doesn't want me to go on vacation. Are you kidding me? That's only for those celebrities, and those are bad people. Then we start lying to ourselves, and we convince ourselves that, like, people who have nice things, or people who are able to go on vacation, people who are able to have nice things with their family, they must have done it because they robbed from somebody somehow, or they're a crook, or they're shiesty in their business or something like that. We say these things to ourselves. I did a video a couple months ago, and I said to find your cheats, right? And the video's thumbnail was of Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith, because he's the new creative director to one of those fashion brand houses, like Christian whatever thingy, right? And I said to myself, like, I'm not a fan of, I don't follow the kid or any of that stuff. I don't get into it. But there's people out there who be like, oh, well, he doesn't deserve it. And I mean, and that might be true, but like, oh, he doesn't deserve, he didn't go to art school. And you might be trying to do everything right and convince yourself of what's not for you or what is for you. Well, that's a good thing I didn't do what he did. But at the same time, he's going to be able to have Nepo babies himself, if he ever does have kids, just like Will Smith. He'll be able to take care of himself. And then by the time that is happening, you and your family is going to be broke and nobody's going to even know who you are. But somehow we convinced ourselves that's the noble thing. And then we say things like, well, they sold their souls to the devil. You know what I mean? Like we have these, and I'm not saying that these things don't happen, because I know they do happen, but it's not all the time. A lot of times it's just your frequency. And it's easier for people who are rich already, when they're already in that frequency, to continue the frequency, because it's just going. That's why they always say the rich get richer, because the rich is already in that frequency. You ever hear where they be like, rich people, they go out to eat or whatever, and or rich celebrities, then they don't have to pay money for it, or it's more, or how about this? Have you ever heard it's more expensive to be broke? And that's so true. But it's not even about monetary, it's also about your energy. Let me turn the light on, see where we're at with this. Boom, this is beautiful. And a lot of times we say to ourselves, we try to think it's noble to be broke, or noble to have low energy, or noble to not be successful. And we say, oh, well, we deserve it. That we deserve it. God doesn't want those nice things for us. We deserve it, you know? And them who did get those nice things and go on vacation with their family and they got the nice things, well, the only reason they got it is because they worship the devil. We got to get out of that mindset. All right. This is beautiful. I told you they always come out beautiful, and I love when I'm working like this, because then I get to warm up. Not only am I warming up with my paintings, but I'm warming up with my conversation, talking to you, you know, of how I'm feeling, my mood, of letting go, of also just being in the moment, creating, and kind of just saying what's on my mind. I never plan these things of what I'm talking about. I just always think these are really great topics. Let me know in the comments below if any of this makes sense or what you think. I would love to hear what you think. All right, I'm gonna call it quits on this one. This is just a basic painting. I'm gonna let it dry off. Come on. Look at that. We did this together. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful flowers. I love it. I think it's great. Look, if I can do this, you can do it as well, because I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't go to art school. I'm just working off the projector here. I'm having fun, having a good conversation with you. We're just talking about whatever. If you want to learn how you can put this into your eBay store and how you can build it up, set your account up the right way so you don't waste time. Click the link below, join us in the free eBay art community, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.